Good morning, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, this is Wake Up Call, fast news worldwide first. I'm Sandy, and here's one of the biggest tech stories out of India today. India is betting $18 billion to build a chip powerhouse. What exactly that means for India, for the US, and for the global tech race, we break it down right now. Earlier this week, the Indian government announced a plan to invest $18 billion into semiconductor manufacturing, to build fabs, boost design and chip-making capacity, and support the full value chain from raw materials to final fabrication. The aim is to turn India into a major global hub in the semiconductor industry. The plan includes incentives, tax breaks, infrastructure investment, and drawing in both foreign and domestic firms. If available, insert specific details: which states are involved, which companies are already committed, and timeline. Why now? Because chips power everything, from your smartphone to electric vehicles, AI servers, medical devices, and defense systems. A global scramble is underway for supply chain resilience. India doesn't want to be left behind. To understand why this is big, let's look at where India stands and where the world is going. India's current status. Historically, India has been strong in chip design, R&D, and software, think chip design houses, EDA tools, but has lagged in large-scale manufacturing, fabs, and back-end assembly and testing. There are existing semiconductor and electronics manufacturing incentive schemes. Various states have been pushing for fab, OSAT, assembly, testing units. Challenges: infrastructure, power, water, clean rooms, supply chain for raw inputs, a skilled workforce, and regulatory hurdles. Global trend. After the COVID-19 supply chain disruptions, many countries are paying attention. The US passed the CHIPS Act, Europe is putting up funds, East Asia, Taiwan, South Korea, remains dominant. Geopolitical risk is now a factor. Nations want domestic or trusted sources for advanced nodes, especially for defense, AI, and critical infrastructure. Tech nodes are expensive. Building cutting-edge fabs, 7 nanometers, 5 nanometers, 3 nanometers, costs many billions. Competition is fierce. Why $18 billion is meaningful? It's a serious number, enough to seed multiple fab projects, support design and packaging, and build critical infrastructure. It signals government commitment, which is often what foreign investors look for, especially in capital-intensive sectors like semiconductors. So what does this plan mean? For people in India, for the US, and globally? For Indian viewers, jobs and skill creation. Building fabs requires large numbers of engineers, technicians, clean room operators, supply chain logistics, etc. This can generate thousands of high-skilled jobs, plus many more in supporting services. Economic growth and regional development. States that host fabs get infrastructure upgrades, increased investment, improved power, roads, connectivity. This can help narrow regional inequality. Technology sovereignty. For sectors like defense, telecom, and AI, having a local supply reduces dependency. Also, chip shortages will affect India less if more capacity is local. Challenges: the cost of land, utilities, environmental concerns, water usage, and regulatory approvals. Also, competition from established regions means India must offer competitive incentives and efficient execution. For US and Western audiences, opportunities for partnership and investment. US companies might see India as a partner for expansion. Fabs, toolmakers, design firms. Cross-investment and joint ventures could scale. Supply chain diversification. Many US firms are keen to reduce reliance on East Asia, Taiwan, China. India could be a stable alternative or complementary node. Competitive pressure. US firms will need to stay ahead in R&D advanced nodes. They may also need to adjust to global subsidies and policy competition. For the global audience, shifts in global chip geography. India entering more forcefully could reshape where chips are made, tested, and packaged. It may help distribute risk. Downstream effects. Better availability, potentially lower costs, and more resilient supply for electronics, autos, and AI hardware around the world. Geopolitics. As countries try to ensure chip supply for critical industries, strategic alignments could shift. Whoever controls advanced chip capacity will carry weight. Of course, big plans come with big risks. Let's talk about what could go wrong, and what India and partners must get right. Potential pitfalls. Implementation delays. Approvals. Land acquisition. Environmental clearances. Utility infrastructure. Electricity, water, and clean room standards. These often slow down projects in India. Cost overruns and supply chain bottlenecks. Advanced fabs need highly specialized equipment, many imported components, and precise environmental controls. Delays or overpriced imports can blow budgets. Talent gap. Need for skilled workers in semiconductors, process engineers, wafer fabrication experts, etc. India will need training programs, perhaps partnerships with universities or foreign firms. Competition. From countries already ahead in chip capacity and advanced nodes. Also, attracting foreign capital may require matching or exceeding incentives offered elsewhere. Technology node challenge, building cutting-edge fabs, say 3 nanometers, is very hard. Many countries can build older nodes, but global demand increasingly shifts toward lower nodes. What could make it succeed? Strong governmental policy consistency and support, incentives, tax breaks, stable regulation, partnering with established chip makers, tool makers, and international firms, investment in human capital, universities, research centers, skill training, building ecosystem, upstream materials, chemicals, packaging, testing, design tools. Focus on niches, perhaps not trying to immediately compete at the bleeding edge, but dominating in specific domains, power electronics, automotive chips, IoT, etc., where India can mount a competitive advantage. Here's what I see. India's $18 billion chip gamble is neither too little nor too late, but it must be smart. If India can build momentum and deliver execution, this could shift the balance in the global chip supply chain. It could increase competition, which is good for innovation, for lowering costs, for improving supply chain resilience. But there is also a risk. If expectations are high and the plan falters, there could be political and economic fallout. From a U.S. perspective, India's success doesn't mean loss. It could mean partnership. Think of joint R&D, cross-licensing, and supply chain cooperation. Globally, this shows chips are not just technology items, they are strategic assets. So there you have it, India investing $18 billion to build a chip powerhouse. A move with big potential, but also big hurdles. Whether this becomes one of the tech-turning moments of the decade depends on the next few years of execution. That's all for this edition of Wake Up Call. Fast news worldwide first. If you found this insightful, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a global wake-up. I'm Sandy. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay curious. Until next time.